me. That fire we light it up and let me take a puff of your sex sweet. And girl, it's like a dime bag of dro. The way you're moving that kush real slow. Got me floating like a butterfly. I'm so high I can touch the sky.
What's going on, Black?
In the bunny drop is, baby. Yes, sir. How you doing, baby?
I'm all right. What about you?
I'm here.
That's right.
Alexa, pause.
You must be feeling yourself.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Ran some errands today and got back. It's a Saturday. You know how the
Mm.
weekend starts to go by so quickly.
Oh,
So, you know what I'm saying? So as soon as you get off, just when you start enjoying it, it's already Saturday night. So you know how I go.
mm. Yes, it is.
So you got to try to squeeze the enjoyment out of every little bit of it that you can. So, welcome, everybody to another edition, a live edition of Real Talk for Real Men, as we do every Saturday, every Wednesday. So welcome, viewers. Welcome, everybody. So everybody know the format. Hopefully, on Saturdays we keep the subjects light, keep it fun, something a little fluffy. Because again, we've worked all week. This is an opportunity to just kind of kick back. We don't want to overthink things, especially considering a topic we did on Wednesday was a very heavy one. So I
Yes,
want
it
to
was.
thank everybody for being there for that one. The emotional incest was a serious topic. If you haven't seen it, it's posted on YouTube on my channel, Real Talk for Real Men. What's up, Carlos? How you doing? Good to see you, my brother, on this Saturday night. So if you have not seen that episode, do yourself a favor. It's a must see. I will say that if I say so myself. It dealt with a heavy topic, but hopefully we dealt with it in a responsible way, and I
Right.
hope that it was an opportunity for people to kind of put a mirror up and look at themselves, look at their relationships, and examine, what's where we're at. So hopefully it's therapeutic. And so if you haven't seen that, go to YouTube, check the episode out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Real Talk for Real Men. And so I want to welcome in the guests for tonight's show. I got the lovely, beautiful couple, Bert and Hannah. How y'all doing this evening?
Hey, what's going
What's
on, man?
up? What's up? Good to see you guys. Y'all look really, really good together. I love it. I love it.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are relationship goals. I'm trying to get there,
No,
my brother. Trying to get there. Trying to
yeah,
get there.
it's fitting me well.
That's what's up. You live longer when you got a good woman. And that's a fact. You literally live longer. You know. So there you go. There you go. Of course, it's great to see D. How you doing, D?
I'm good. How are you guys tonight?
I'm doing good. You know what? You look absolutely rested. So right now you on this little hiatus thing. So
Um,
we all busting our humps and you relax. Okay, I see you. I see you. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been home for almost 2 weeks now, just like loving life.
There was up. Are you ready to go back yet?
No, never.
Okay. All right. I feel you. I feel you. And then of course we got Tasha Mack. How you doing, McMack?
Why you just introduced me like that? Just good old me. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'll
Well,
give you a hard time. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Like you, I'm trying to cling to the remnants of our weekend. So
absolutely. Okay. So, and of course I didn't mean any disrespect. Tasha and I, we talk all the time,
Mhm.
pretty much every day. And as we come up with these topics, this is what we do. So, fantastic. So we're going to continue to do what we do here. So we're going to be talking about tonight, again, as I said, something a little bit lighthearted. We're going to be talking about relationship hot topics. So that's what we're going to go to. And so people out there, if you're wanting to join, you're more than welcome to come on camera. I want to make sure that I've got posted. I do. So I do have posted the the link into embedded in the comments section, and I've sent out individual links as well. So we're gonna keep it light, keep it fun. So I'm gonna jump it off on the candy shop last night on the Lion's Den. I was a guest, and we touched on this, and I mentioned last night we have to cover it on this show as well. We all know we're talking about T.I. and Tiny situation,
Oh.
so I would be remiss if I don't bring it up, to kind of put it out there. So from what I've read from the latest incident, it appears that more women are coming forward. Apparently, somebody that they used to deal with recorded a conversation, and as I understand it, and it sounded like, from what I read, like she secretly posted it where the girl was revealing, more of about their sexual details, and that they had drugged her and this and that. So things about their bedroom are coming to pass, and so all of a sudden it's being put out there that T.I. drugs women's. He had some kind of sexual whatever going on that they had to participate in. So I want to get you guys' opinion on, as you're following this story, and I want, I want to discuss it in a twist. But before I go there, what do you guys think about this story? Do you believe it? And what do you think about this?
Well, I'll say this.
Oh.
I'm a little bit on the fence about it. I do believe that they did have those threesomes or whatever going on, but I have to wait a little bit more and just to hear a little bit more that has to come out. Like I only know just bits here and there about what happened.
Right.
I need a little bit more to go on, so I can't really give you a good opinion about it or my thoughts about it until I hear a little bit more facts about what was really going on there.
I got you. I like that approach. That's very different. That's the proper approach to take, to be honest. Hannah, any thoughts?
Yeah, I have a thought. Honestly, I feel like they all were in a relationship. I'm going to be honest. The woman is acting like a woman scorer. And I'm a woman, and I should not say this because I know some people think, oh, you're a woman, you should be on women's side. However, I saw a different post today. So I haven't really been on the social media until today, and I caught up since Tuesday. So I was catching up all week today. Okay. And I was looking at the different posts I saw, and one post, I don't know how true it is, but somebody screenshotted the person who actually came out, the original woman, and they screenshotted her messages that they were sending. And apparently she was saying if she made it up, other women would follow. So I don't know how true it is. I really need to see the evidence. Mm-hmm. And I need to really see what everything is. And I know I'm thinking criminal justice here. He said I'm always the lawyer, but I'm not. I turn it up. I'm not. But I really need to see all the evidence, and I need to see if the women are actually credible, because you never know. I'm not saying these people are celebrities and they have celebrity status, and I'm not saying it's true, or false. But if it is true, then I need to know all the proof that's involved, and I also need to know if the original person, if she was lying or not. I hope not, because if it is true, then you're ruined. If it's false, the accusations you're making, then you will ruin. If other people have truth to this, you're ruining all credibility to it. So I just kind of want to see how it plays out before I can really give my opinion. But honestly, it's their house. That's your house. Y'all can do what y'all want in your own bedroom.
I got you. I like the lawyer side. I love what you said. D, I know you were going to say something as well. You believe it?
Honestly, I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't there, and I don't particularly have an opinion about it. I just think when you're a celebrity, people go after you for a lot of different reasons. Money's one of them, and sometimes people see that as easy money. And it's kind of I have never understood why women wait so long to tell. If it happened, why don't you say it happened, and consequences come down? And why wait 25 years, 35 years until you destroy somebody's career? Why not tell when it happens? I mean, they wait till essentially, if T.I.'s been doing this his whole career, you could have stopped his career before it even started. Like, why would you wait until now? Now, the problem I do have is if the girls were underage. That's my issue with the whole situation. I had heard that there were some girls that were saying that they were 15 or, younger. But if that's the case, then that's a whole different ball game. But if you're coming to a hotel with a man and his wife to have a threesome, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? There's probably going to be drugs and drinking and a whole lot of other things involved. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like Hannah in that perspective. I mean, I just want to hear everything once it comes out.
Okay. Okay. Before I get to you, Tasha, Carlos, Kendrick, Jenny, thanks for joining. Give me your thoughts as well. Let me know in the commentary whether you believe this, and if you have any questions or thoughts, I'd love to get them on the air. Tasha, what do you believe? What do you believe?
I believe those two they do toss bitches together, and I think that that's just something that we all know that they have expressed that. I do believe they've made no secret of that. My problem is every few years these allegations come back up. Each time they come up, they get worse, and the stories get a little extra layer added to it. I'm with D. If you know, like the public kind of knows how about their sex life, that they're pretty open to inviting people into their bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's gonna go there when you go to their house. You're not going for a damn tea party. So, and if there are drugs there, are they really forcing you to partake in it, or is it just kind of one of those things? Everyone's do it, so I felt pressured to do it. Come on now.
Right.
It comes to a point where you as an adult have to just be like, no, I'm good. I don't want to do it. I don't mind, entertaining the two of you, but I don't want to do that. But as far as like underage, that underage, I don't believe, just for the simple fact of how he is about his daughter. That's just a little weird in itself. That's a little bit of that layer of emotional incest there that I do believe happens there. But no, I think that the woman, Sabrina Peterson, the one who has launched all of this stuff, I think she's just saying this and trying to get people just to do the Me Too thing, because it's so many people are so quick to just jump on the bandwagon and believe it instead of really just breaking it down themselves.
Absolutely. Very good points. Really good points. Welcome, Candace. Welcome, Kendrick. So we just got started and we're talking about the T.I. situation. So Kendrick, do you believe the allegations that's out there?
I don't know. I think I need to hear more. I need more facts need to get out, because unfortunately we've had stories like this a lot of times where people accuse entertainers and stars of certain things, then come out to be not true, or it's extortion attempt, or trying to gain clout off of someone's name. So I'm gonna hold back my judgment on that until I get more facts. More facts are presented.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Candace, bring us home. I know you talked a little bit about it last night, but share with us again. Do you believe the allegations?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
T.I. admitted it, but I mean, I do think the women consented. Now, I don't know if they were forced to take these drugs or not. It's mighty funny that they are coming out now. The lady that initially brought out the story, she's been in other like scandals before. So I don't know how credible she is. But I know they do things. And a few years ago, it came out that T.I. was picking up young girls, similar to the R. Kelly thing. But
okay. So here's where my twist comes in. It's one thing for us to discuss it in terms of just gossip, but our show is about how it relates to relationships and how we deal with each other. So Jenny P is leading to where I want to go with this, because she also says that she believed that there was some type of consent, because I think we can all agree that T.I. made no secret of the fact that him and his T.I. get down. I mean, he's a serial cheater, so he's not like this is some faithful chase guy. The fact that his wife continues to take him back. Look, it doesn't take a genius to see that those are things going on in their marriage. But Jenny says that why don't the celebrities have people sign non-disclosure agreements, which is a point that I want to bring in terms of relationships, because we are in the grips of this Me Too situation. And it is also just that all of a sudden it's coming forth now. How do you guys think situations like this are going to change how we put our business out there? Because for so long, celebrities, that's the very nature of celebrity, is that they we know so much about them. We crave it. Not me personally, but it's millions of people that make a living off this. How do you think a situation like this that's coming right again at the crest of the Me Too thing is going to change how celebrities put their business out there? Do you think it will change anything?
I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say why, because at the height of the Me Too movement, it should have been an eye opener for celebrities. However, there's still things still going on, new situations, not just with Tia and Tiny, even though these are old allegations. There's still new situations that happen on a daily basis. Unfortunately, you're in the public eye, and unless you can really fully make sure that no one has a camera there, or you're getting full consent signed paper, with an attorney in the room before you handle your business, I don't think it's going to change anything. I think that they might get a little bit better at hiding it, but I don't think it's going to change anything.
Wow. Anybody disagree?
I think part of celebrity is that they crave that attention. They would never want to be completely out of the public eye. So they would never be in a situation where they totally hid their lives. Because, I mean, like you said, people crave it. There's people that every single waking moment, they want to know what their favorite celebrities are, what they ate, when they showered, when they went to the bathroom, what vacation they went on. So there's always going to be a want. So a lot of these celebrities, they feed off of that the same way people feed off knowing what they're doing. So they'll never be completely out of the public eye.
Okay. Tasha, I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit for that reason. I agree with your point. You and Darcy both make very good points in there. The very nature to me of celebrity is to stay in the public side. Their philosophy a lot of times is even bad news is good news, keeping your name out there.
Right.
But here's where I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit. I do think that for men, celebrity men, I do think that we're starting to see a turn in terms of keeping some things secret. I think it's even changing. Celebrity is a microcosm of what's happening in society to me. It's already affected, I think, real people in the real world, us that's not famous. Now we don't go around getting consent forms or whatnot, but I think to a certain extent, it's turned a lot of men off to jumping into relationships a lot quicker. And I think we're going to start to see that happen with celebrities as well. But to the point that I forget Tasha, you made it, it's going to make them hide it better. I think it's going to make them hide it better, because I think we're kidding ourselves if we think that groupies still don't happen, underage sex doesn't happen. But I think it's going to make them smarter in the sense of hiding it a lot better. And there's the danger right there. I think that's what I believe.
I want to say this. I think a lot of times these stars get so cocky, though, like R. Kelly, that they think that they're more believable than the actual victim. So it's like, I'm just dealing with these scalawags. Nobody's going to believe them. So we have that element. And then what's hurting them now is social media, because now it's like really quick. You have the shade room. You never know who's a part of the shade room. So these stars, I kind of don't think it would change. I agree with Tasha, because that's like saying when a man cheats, is he going to stop cheating because he got caught? No, a cheater is a cheater. So,
oh wow, that's a whole nother topic.
I'm about to say, you done hit something hard right there.
It is. But and so my retort to that is, I've been saying this for probably the last 7 years. I don't think we can blindly say anymore that the men are just cheating out there by themselves. I made a comment on another show. Women are notching their bedposts just as much as men are now, and they're proud of it. And I don't have a problem with that, honestly. Doing my errands today, I'm listening to, I can't name all the artists or whatnot. A lot of them are being influenced by Megan Thee Stallion, but you got the mulatto chick, and somebody else was, I'm screening the radio, and all the songs are talking about how they are whipping on them real good, and they'll do this, they'll do that. And so again, they're owning it. So my thing is, I've been saying this living in Atlanta for the last 4 or 5 years. We don't choose anymore. We get chosen. We have to wait to get chosen. For you married Bert, partner, I'm gonna tell you like this: stay where you at, cause ain't shit out here.
Oh, it's
Because if you on the single end of things, you know, you know what I'm saying.
Yo,
That
Slim Pickens
when
right
you
now.
go out there, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Slim Pickens out there, and it's funny that you said that because I was talking to my son. My son is 26 years old, and he told me, he was just like, Dad, there's really nothing out there for me right now. Where he just has to keep concentrating on himself, and if something comes along and it works out, then fine, so be it. And I hear this so much from a lot of the young guys now. Like there's really nothing out there for them right now.
I got you.
One thing.
Sure, please.
Okay, so I'm going there. I kind of don't. Okay, so I'm not saying women are lying. So before someone says I'm saying women are lying, I don't believe that. But I
Okay.
also believe that we have two celebrities in here. And if it is true, then yes, then we need to, pursue that. But if it's not true, a lot of these women go there knowing that this T.I. and Tiny, knowing what's involved from the beginning. And if you open, and then also then you have to take accountability to that. I'm not opening up my marriage. I don't care who it is. You're not coming in. But if you open your marriage to certain things, then you have to deal with the scrutiny behind it. And I feel like when you get married, all those threesomes and thruples and all that, if you need all that to stay married, then you might not be married to the right person. Like I don't feel as though you need that. But we all know they get down like that. Like that's not a secret. But I feel like why now? Because before this, I know we in the Me Too movement, okay. But there are people coming, there are people before the Me Too movement, some people told family members certain things, friends certain things, significant others certain things. And you've never heard none of these women saying that they went there against their will. They went there willingly. So if it's drugs in the room and you don't participate in it, then yeah, they might be in the room. But if I don't take it and I just want to willingly bust it open for you, that's my business. But I feel like some people might do this with not, may not have been forced to do this, but because everyone else is on the bandwagon, they're like, well, hell, let me get a piece of this action. Let me see if I can sue in civil court. Because my thing is, if it was me, I definitely would have pressed charges before now, or I would have came forward before now. Because I wouldn't want someone else to go through what I went through, because they have so much celebrity pull, they can get people.
So let me tell you about consent. So let me tell you guys about consent, because I haven't given my thoughts on it just yet. I mentioned it last night. In case anybody's wondering what side of the fence I sit on, I don't believe them. On Candace's show last night, I called them nasty, filthy, no good bitches. I meant it then. I mean it now. I doubled down on it. You guys know I have all these little stories. I'm nobody. I'm not famous. I'm not rich. I've never been excessively handsome. I had my moments. I'm not an ugly guy, but I'm not none of those things. So, and I know what I was able to get away with, when I was out there doing my thing. And so I have a belief then, and I have it now. It's called taking away accountability, giving people plausible deniability. My approach, whenever I was doing something extra freaky that I wanted to get away with, is I would create a situation for plausible deniability. And so what is that? So I would have women over to my place, and you have the ones that the moment you put a drink in their hand, I learned on the fly. When I first started out that, if I used to say, well, hey, do you want something to drink? You're giving them too much of a choice. Well, I really don't drink and this and that. So what I started doing, I took the choice away. So when women come over to my place, I automatically poured them a drink. It doesn't matter whether you drank or not. I never asked that anymore. When you came in, here's a glass. Even the ones was, oh, I really don't know what that is. All right, baby, just take it. Go on, sit down. My thing, I'm taking your choice away, because here's the beauty of the technique, that for some women, the moment they take a sip, whew, I'm lightheaded. I drink too much more of this, I'm gonna have to spend the night. You want to spend the night. You need a little bit of something to give you plausible deniability, so that when you do what you came to do, then it's okay. And I use that same approach all the way throughout. If I had a friend there, I put it out there. Hey, sweetheart, my partner wants some of that pussy. Oh, y'all so crazy. I knew in that moment, if she didn't object vehemently, I got this. Partner, we got this, because we now just have to continue to create a safe enough environment by telling her it's just sex. We're not gonna look at you any differently. So I'm playing the music. My boy's getting butt naked. Sometimes we get her in the doggy style position. He come out, I go in. It is what it is. And so if you want to go back and say that we use drugs to get them there, you damn right. It whatever it takes. Smoke a little weed, drink a little something. So my thing is, but here's the thing. It's the price of fame. They didn't come back on me because I ain't got shit to get. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They don't really know it's coming back on me, because while you're Thank you. Go ahead, D.
I was gonna say, if you have money, they be lined up at the door. There'll be all kinds of stories.
It's the price of fame. It's the price of fame. Because now the lies I told on the front end, oh my God, they'd come in. I told them I was a CEO of Walmart. I owned a business in New York. I told all kinds of lies. Now, when the lights come on and the gig is up, and you find out that, baby, I'm working just as hard as you. Sometimes I didn't even have a job. So shit, I'm sitting here, just like you. I'm waiting on my food stamps. God damn it! Where my food stamp card?
When you win the lottery, we all gonna be just afraid for you. Okay.
So, therein lies my logic is that it's the price of fame that here we are waiting. I believe with every fiber of my being that if they thought that, man, he had something, but the thing of it is to wake up and after the fact that pretty much, I got God, but at the same time, let's not kid ourselves. She was playing an angle as well. You know what I'm saying? And so I always say, while she's playing checkers, I'm playing chess. Game, recognized game, And so I don't believe these women. I believe it's an opportunistic situation that's coming to pass because it's there. And which one of you said they reported that it was recorded that if you tell it, more people are going to believe me. How many of you have seen the movie Scarlet Letter?
Oh yeah.
Saw that.
Okay. So if you know about the real story behind Scarlet Letter, at that time, this was in the 13th century where women were being accused of being witches. And so the Catholic Inquisition at that time, they could really start up a scare by simply accusing somebody of being a witch. And there's a great movie, I forget the name of it, with Winona Ryder in it, where, I don't know if you guys seen that, and she literally, she was in love with this woman's husband. It was a take on the story Scarlet Letter. She was in love with this woman's husband, and because he wouldn't cheat with her, she basically accused him of molesting her, and then accused that she was seeing witches, and had all of the young girls in the whole town pretending like they see witches. My mama told me something a long time ago. One fool makes many. And because of the Me Too campaign, what's really hurt its credibility in my mind is there really are women out there that have truly had their themselves violated, things taken against them, but you have opportunists that are piggybacking on that. And I think that truly hurts the credibility of the movement, because I just don't believe that, like we said, you went to T.I. Let's be clear. He's less savage today than he was back then. So you want me to believe that you was fucking with T.I. and his wife 10, 15 years ago when kids wasn't there, so he really was out there, that because y'all might have smoked and drank something that somehow you was drugged and you only coming forward now? I just can't buy it.
What do you think of Tiny's friend Shakana coming out? Basically, she's trying to defend them, but she says the woman that originally accused them helped bring girls to the house for them. So that was damning. I just feel like it's a messed up situation all around.
It is.
But
But
yeah,
but you know what that says, Candace? You know what? Be careful who you call friends.
yeah,
Ooh, say that again.
Be careful who you call friends. Everybody don't want to
Yeah,
see you win. Now, there's
right.
two people on this camera on this show right now that know. I mean, my skeletons. They know my dirt. They truly know my dirt. The beauty of the friendship between Tasha and D and myself is, number one, they know I don't fuck with kids. I never forced a woman to do anything. I'm not violent or anything. So the friendship is predicated on them knowing my character, number one. Now they know I was a freak. Having said that, I did mean, but even then, I never ever, not even a small part of me, think that they're going to hurt me in any kind of way. Even when I was in serious relationship, I never felt like they was going to come along and tell somebody this and that, you know. And so you have to be careful who you call friends, you know, and who you bring in your inner circle. You know what I'm saying? And so those are things that when I look at Chicana, I watched this show briefly. What's going on, Kanad? I watched the show briefly. I didn't like that rat bitch then. I don't like her now.
Well, damn.
I never like. Sometimes you can't put a pearl on, you can't put a pearl on swine. The mistake that a lot of famous people make sometimes is they want to bring along with them people that's lower in station, and they want to bring them up with them. But sometimes you have to recognize not everybody deserves to be at the same level you are. That you have to leave some people behind. Somebody talked about me winning the lottery. If I did win the lottery, you know, knock on wood, I'd build a big fucking gate. Yeah, you wouldn't know me. If you ain't already in my little inner circle, no new friends, you know, because I'm not going down that road. The people that fuck with me when I have nothing, I had nothing, you know, those are the people that I know got my back. But when you try to bring people along, and if you look at that show, she was trying to, you can take somebody out of the ghetto, you can't take the ghetto out of the person. You know what I'm saying? And she's a rat, in my opinion. She's an absolute rat.
Yeah, she's
So
opportunist. I always thought that about her.
Me too.
She's an opportunist.
Absolutely. I want to throw one last twist in here. Comma Dizzy bring up a good point before we leave this topic for them. She mentioned that she said that she thinks that this mostly depends on race. Now she brings up a new element to this I want to ask you guys about. Comma says race and position in society, because if you're black with the slight notoriety, then often you're seen as a bigger issue. Question: do you think when it comes to the Me Too thing and these allegations coming against Tiny, is there a racial component?
No.
No.
I think that this is
Tasha?
just strictly someone that you thought you was your friend or that you didn't bring along with you is just hating on you and wants to see you fail at all costs. When all this shit happened when all this shit first happened with T.I. some years back, and you know he went to prison and everything, everybody was hoping for him to fall off. He came back, he revamped himself, he came out harder, and now he's doing something different. I think that is just this bitch she's just jealous. I honestly think that's what it is.
Do you think though, Tasha, the Me Too allegations have disproportionately affected black celebrity than white?
No, I don't.
Anybody disagree?
I
disagree.
disagree.
I think when it comes to consequences, it's disproportionate because we see our black celebrities. I mean, look, just take the instance of Brock Turner. Y'all remember him. He was a college student who was caught in the act of raping somebody. 2 witnesses there. They gave him 3 months. I mean, how unfair is that? And then he complains that his life is ruined. But what about her? You know, so I think when it comes to black people suffer worse.
I agree with D. I was just thinking of the difference they made between Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein. I mean, how hard they went at Bill, you know, and Harvey Weinstein kind of was, you know, they finally got him, but I mean, just the difference. You saw how the coverage in the media, the difference of how they went hard at Bill and kind of was let Harvey Weinstein get a pass.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that in 2020, for me, and this is just my personal opinion, which is why I do not like discussing racial things. I think Black people get too fixated on the race thing, and that's all that they can see. They can't see nothing else. That's just
Okay.
me.
Okay.
I 100% disagree. I don't think it. A lot of people see race, which it is race involved. I am not going to lie or say it's not. However, it also has to boil down to it goes by your state as well. So what I can do in the state of PA, which we're from Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania don't care if you white, black, purple, green, or orange. They want to prosecute you to whatever. So a lot of people take Bill Cosby, but it has to do with PA. What they say is a Commonwealth state. It's bullcrap. They want to lock you up no matter what race you are in the state of Pennsylvania. So a lot of people feel as though it is race involved, but it's not always race. Sometimes it boils down to your city, your state, who's on your jury. So race plays a part, but it's not always race. And I think we need to realize that we know that race is involved. We know that a lot of us are, targeted as being Black, but it's not always that because I'm half from watching the ID channel now. I don't want to admit it, but we have saw Black people who have killed, raped, and robbed people. We like, oh, they about to get life, and they were in like the state of Missouri, and got 5 years, and we were angry, like, well, what the heck? So seeing certain things, you have to realize it's not always race. It also realize what state you're in and who's on the jury at that time. However, I also believe, I kind of don't believe all these women. I just feel like they're opportunists.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it is what it is.
I definitely see the lawyer in you. I see the lawyer in you. Come on, Candace. Come on, Candace.
I think it's about race. Bill Cosby, they went after him because who was his victims? White women. So they're going to go after a Black man. With the whole R. Kelly thing, I believe with that situation, it was too many women that came out, which is why they went after R. Kelly. But a lot of times with us as Black women as victims, I don't feel like we get heard. But with Bill Cosby, they went after him because his victims were white.
Okay.
But I do also feel like they are a little harsher on Black criminals as well, because I do look at Harvey Weinstein. But when they did get him, didn't commit suicide or whatever? He's gone now.
No, he didn't commit suicide.
No. You talking about Epstein? You talking about Epstein?
Where's Harvey Weinstein at though? He's still.
He's in jail. Yeah, he's in jail now.
They finally put him in jail, but
yeah.
Okay, but
he kept being charged and having offenses for 20 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Come on, Kennard. Get in here, my brother. What you got to say on this?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of catching the tail end of this, and I think it's a situation where you could bring racial connotations into this to where it could be some level of accountability there. But I look at T.I. and Tiny in Atlanta. There's a lot of sexual liberalism in Atlanta.
That's kind of what
I'm saying. And I think that I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked by any of this. Do I think T.I. and Tiny did it? Of course, I think they did. Do I think it should be a Me Too type situation?
Okay.
Do I think it should be a Me Too type situation? Maybe not. One thing I have some issues with T.I. is the fact that he put his daughter on the spot a couple of months ago, talking about he wants to all that shit. I can't remember what it was, but it was a very uncomfortable, a very all that kind of stuff, trying to see if his daughter was celibate or not.
Right.
I think T.I., because of celebrity privilege, I think he's a twisted individual. Sometimes being a celebrity puts you in a position to where you're privy to certain things that you wouldn't be privy to outside of being a celebrity. And I think now it has come to light. T.I. has pissed somebody off.
Okay.
T.I. let me get off to what they have put him on the forefront.
Okay.
They have put him on the forefront to say, look, you and your wife, y'all are nasty and y'all recruit chicks, maybe even men, to join y'all's bedroom. Drugs are involved, and this is what it is.
Whew.
Now, there was a situation on the Real Housewives of Atlanta to where Portia kind of sort of called Kandi out because Kandi allegedly had this same shit going on. So I'm telling y'all, man, maybe in Atlanta, this is a real liberal type situation where there's some crazy stuff sexual going on.
So, okay, so let me say this.
And now T.I. is back on the spot. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think it's absolutely terrible.
Okay. So let me say this, because I know we could probably spend another 30 minutes on this, and I want to move to my next subject. But as the host, I want to have the last word on this part. I disagree with McMack. I think race absolutely plays a part in the way it's perceived in the Me Too campaign to a certain extent. But I think a lot of it's our own fault as Black people. Let me say that too. We're responsible in a lot of cases, in my opinion. Jenny, like Jenny says, for every one white man tried, there seems to be three. Right. So I do agree with that in the sense that for me, it's absolutely a racial component. Because if you believe for one moment, everybody know I love me some R. Kelly, but if you believe R. Kelly is the only degenerate little girl chasing guy out there, I got a bridge to sell you. Because I don't believe for one moment he's the scapegoat for it, but I don't believe for one moment that if we was to dig behind the camera and look at Eminem and Justin Bieber and Jay-Z and the list could go on and on and on. When you're in that position, you can't tell me coming down from a concert, you're not asking for anybody's IDs. You getting down with the get down however you get down, and you're not thinking about that. And so he's conveniently made the scapegoat, but he's by far not nowhere near the only person who is messing with little girls and things like that. Now, as far as T.I. and his salaciousness or whatever, I think his own mouth is part of what got him in trouble. When you talk as much as he has, stay in his opinion constantly. So you have to be careful now, because once you build yourself up to that pedestal, the way celebrity works is they can't wait to bring you down. Look at O.J. Simpson, look at Tiger Woods. We got examples. So, that happens, that's why I personally can't stand John Legend and his wife. They talk too much. They told too much about their business. Get me sick. And the couple that's get me just as sick. I'm going to them next, because again, that's why I'm not going to stay on this.
Who get you sick?
I'm going to them right now. I'm going to go to this couple, but I'll say I do think race plays a part in it. But I'm going to leave you guys with this one last caveat. A lot of it is our own fault, because one thing you won't see white people doing, Asians, Jamaicans, any other nationality, they do not send their own out there to be sacrificial lambs. African American people are the only race who does that. And I want you to chew that up, and we can come back to it at the end if you want to, but we're the only race that does that. We're the only race on this fucking earth that does that serves up our own as sacrificial lambs. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, we destroy our own legacies, and we're the only race of people who do that. But okay, I'm gonna let you guys come back if you want to comment at the end. Let's get to another couple I love to hate. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
All right. Hannah, I'm looking at your shock and awe.
Yeah, because I'm hurt right now because I love them.
Oh.
I gotta hear this. So here we go. Let's set the table for this. Dwayne Wade, first ballot Hall of Famer. No doubt about it. One of the baddest men on the planet. Outside of Michael Jordan, he is my favorite ball player of all time. D. Wade. The man was fearless on the court. His style of play. He had a little bit of Kobe in him, a little bit of Allen Iverson in him. He was fearless on the court. His demeanor, you couldn't say enough about the way he carried the game. Now, in his private, personal life, that he stepped away from the game, I have a lot of issues with what I see. So, Hannah, if you want to be the first, what is it that you love about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade? Because we know that the big thing about them is he's the father of the decade, of the century, probably. You know, he has a transgender son, you know, and so he's so understanding that it's just oozing out of his pores, and you know that we all supposed to be like him. So okay, go.
Okay, so first of all, we're not touching on his son. I feel like Dwayne Wade is bisexual and he's living it through his son. So I'll speak on that.
Ooh, hold on, say that again.
I feel like Dwayne Wade is bisexual and his son coming out is a part of his way of expressing it. And that is why he's able to dye his hair, paint his nails, and do whatever. And he can live through his son. But when you're a basketball player, you know, we put these certain idols, we put these certain titles on people. And if he was to come out as he's bisexual, they would treat it as if he's a leper. And, you know, so I feel like he has to uphold a certain image, understandable. But I reason to say I like them as a couple because the things that we see them, I really do feel like they do put a lot on social media. I mean, I don't really feel like you need to put your whole business out there, but I like them as a couple. And people are mad, like, oh my goodness, Dwayne Wade had a side child, he cheated. But there are women out here who get cheated on and stay with their men. Like Bert knows this. I was married before and I got cheated on. And now when I found out the depths of the cheating, I filed for separation. But when I had an inkling in the beginning, when I knew, I stayed. And I did have a child involved. Then I had another child involved. So it was a lot involved with it. But when I first found out, I stayed. Now, outside kids, I probably would have been out at that second because I'm not raising nobody else's child. But but so you have to really realize that they make their life kind of transparent and people look at them, oh my goodness, why would you stay? But meanwhile, it's people out here who living with a man who's broke, a woman who's not contributing, who is staying there, who's getting cheated on constantly, getting beaten on constantly, and is still laying in the bed with that person. So I feel like if you have that marriage that you kind of make transparent to let people know, yeah, we have problems, yes, we go through it, but I kind of think I like them separately outside of the marriage, and that's why I kind of like them together. But I 100% believe that Dwayne Wade is bisexual. You can't tell me otherwise. And I know parents are going to be mad and you're supposed to accept their kids. I have a 15-year-old, well, he'll be 15, 14-year-old son. And I would prefer him heterosexual. And that's my preference as his mother. I mean, people say you're supposed to accept your child as you are. If my child come in here with purple hair and his fingernails painted, even if he was, you know, not heterosexual, I probably have a problem with that. I don't need you looking like me. Because I get my nails, hair, and eyelashes done. I don't need us looking alike. So I feel like Dwayne Wade does that because he can't admit that because we'll judge him. And we're so judgmental as people, especially Black people. We're so judgmental that he can't admit that. So his son came out, he was like, well, hey, I'm about to ride along with it.
All right. I love your take. It was very thorough. Who else on this panel is Team Gabby and Dwayne D. Wade?
I don't have no problem with them. I mean,
okay.
I think they do too much. I think Dwayne Wade do a little bit too much.
Okay.
You know, I know Gabrielle Union says, I think it was a couple of years ago, like she basically came out and said she eats her husband's booty hole or whatever she said. And I'm like, we don't need to know all y'all business like that. Kudos to you. I don't feel either way again. They do what they do. Obviously, I'm not gonna go off on like Boosie went off on Dwayne Wade talking about his son, obviously, or you know, because that's his deal. That's his child. So, but like I say, they don't move me either way. So,
okay,
they do what they do.
Okay. I like the neutrality, my brother. I like the neutrality.
I mean, I don't.
I do. No, I really do.
Oh.
I really do. I'm an opinionated asshole, so I'm trying to get to where you are. You know.
No, don't do that. No, keep being an opinionated asshole.
I'm just saying
that's entertaining. Opinionated asshole.
Come on, somebody else.
I cannot stand Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. I want Dwayne Wade to get out of retirement and go back to playing basketball because that's when you didn't hear anything. I'm sick of them. It seems like from the time he announced that he was retiring, they have had to find some sort of way to stay relevant now that he's no longer playing basketball.
Right.
And this is the way that they've done it. They just jumped on that train of, well, what's hot right now? Well, let's do that. It would be, like Hannah said, I think it'd be too risky. I don't know if he's bisexual. You know, now I question some of the things, his motivation for certain things now, but it would be too risky for him to just jump out there and be like, yes, I'm bisexual. We're going to have an open relationship, an open marriage. But I think that they're just doing this as a way just to stay relevant, just to stay in the limelight. And it's sickening because it's too much. When you reveal that much about you and your relationship, you make me sick of you. I don't know you on a personal level. You're not a friend of mine. And I would feel the same way if someone continued to overshare that much. Even just a regular person on the street, you would still get on my nerves. I don't need to know much about you because I don't care about you. So.
All right. McMack has spoken. D, Candace?
I don't feel a way. I mean, that's them. I'm glad that they're there for their child because I have a friend who has a child that is gay. And so to see what they're going through, it kind of helps save my friend's situation. But as for them, celebrity, I personally don't like Gabrielle Union. So
Okay. Why? You can't just say that and live that sticking out there. Why?
Never liked her. I didn't like her.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't like her.
Okay.
Stop hating, cuz. You hate. Stop it.
Okay.
I feel the hate, Kitty. I feel the hate.
You hating too, homie.
Okay.
I like
Overrated.
Oh, okay.
Overrated.
I feel
Very
the same way about Gabby. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just her energy or whatever. But I'm talking about before D Wade. I wasn't really feeling her.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I don't know how the way she came off sometimes.
Okay.
It wasn't about her if it was like she was strong. It wasn't nothing on that. It was just some other little things that I picked up on.
Yeah.
That really
And when he married her, I was like, why is he marrying this old woman? Because he's like around my age.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
shade. I feel the shade.
Yeah, that's cold. I loved her on
What's
Mary Jane. I loved her in Mary Jane. What was that show she was on in BET?
Mary Jane. Yeah.
D, come on, we waiting on you. Yaricel, can you hear? Okay. You might have lost.
I honestly, I don't have an opinion about.
I think your connection is bad. Okay, well, while Jenny P is with Candace, is with Bert. You know, she says she hate to hear her speak. Jenny went on. She says she's just
not to hear her
stereotypical.
speak. Damn.
She said, and then it gets worse. Jenny says she's just a stereotypical black bitch.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Jenny is black, correct?
Yes, Jenny is a very good friend of mine. A criminal justice major working on her master's degree. So she has that criminal mind like you.
Same boat.
She's for real.
Mm.
So okay, so I'll give my little take. I like Gabrielle Union individually. I've always liked her. First of all, I find her attractive. I like her down to earthness. That for me, I like that. You know, she's always come across as not being too much of a celebrity, like really somebody you really could get to know and hang out. You know, one of the guys kind of deal. So I love that about her personality. And then I already mentioned, like I said, D Wade as a person. Now, Hannah, you hit the nail there, and which is where for me, as he stepped away from the game, I think his influences have directly is a correlation between. It's no coincidence that the one last child before the new daughter comes along, that he's confused. That's not a coincidence. Because if you go back and look at his story, and they detailed it very well on ESPN 30 for 30, when he was fighting for custody of his oldest son, and he's adopted his sister's child, so he raised him as his son too. He was there, hands on their part of it. But this last young man, he grew up with dad chasing titles, not really being there. Kids see what you put in front of them. You can tell them, all you want to. Kids do what they see. So you've left him now. This last child, the first two, they grew up knowing the struggle. See, they knew a little bit of the struggle where he was in an apartment in Chicago, back and forth between mom, the nastiness of that. He had to wrap his arms around them in a certain way. But the last kid, all he knows is this life of a mansion, growing up with having so much. And then his everyday example that he sees is his mother figure who plays dress up. She's a celebrity. Why wouldn't he want to be that? Now you want to introduce a baby into the equation who, if you look at their story, she obviously didn't feel whole. She wanted a child. They had to go through all of these in vitro fertilization methods. Here comes this baby that is literally taken over now. The baby is more popular than any of them. So that leaves this kid left out to have to carve out for himself some attention. I'm not objecting to whatever sexuality he wants to be. My objection to it is that you don't know that yet. And to have adult parents letting him take the lead in that, I'm against that. My thing is, I'm old-fashioned. I believe parents should be parents, and that's what your role is. And so it's a slippery slope to have he's teaching us how to be, because, okay, today he's Zaya. Well, tomorrow he might want to be a flagpole. So you don't get to get up every day and just decide what the fuck you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm old fashioned. My thing is, you're not going to be a 13, 14-year-old kid walking around my home with your pants all tight, with your ass squeezed off in them like you some little girl. Get your monkey ass in there, put on some real clothes. You're not a girl. Now, when you get grown and you want to get out of here, you can pin your legs back as far as you want behind your ears. But in here, this is what we gonna do.
I'm 100% agreement with that.
But I got on a tangent. I'm sorry. But the biggest reason is, Tasha says it, they've exposed themselves on such a level that it makes me just not like them. That there's a such thing as telling too much of your business. Yeah. That I do think it's a thirsty grab for attention, for relevancy. And so every time you look up, come on, man, if you spend all them years, you got a full career. Now go home, be a husband, be a father. If you look at their story, if you haven't seen this, do yourself and watch their story. This man wasn't living in a real world. He did not know the cost of bread and milk. I'm not joking about this. Because for his entire career, from playing in college, somebody always bought stuff for him. It was a revelation when he retired, when he went to the grocery store. He didn't know that milk and bread, what they cost. So he's in this, his child is being raised in this bubble, and they've made it worse by bringing in a new little girl, and she's adorable. I think she's cute as all get out. But at the same time, I talked about that pedestal now. When you constantly let your family elevate up to that Mount Olympus on the pedestal, don't be mad now when shit starts coming out negative, and the next thing you want to say is, can you please give us some privacy, respect? You can't have it both ways. You can't put all your shit out there and benefit from it. Then all of a sudden, now when we find out the little Zaya boy is sucking 3 or 4 dicks and everything else, now you want to be private about it. Can't have it both ways. Have it both ways.
3 or 4.
I'm sorry.
You said 3?
It's pretty.
It's 1, 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
It's pretty.
Do y'all really believe he? Okay, so
that little boy don't know what he wants to be, but he's looking at his little sister. He's looking at his stepmom. And then let's not kid ourselves too. If you go and flip over to the other side, at least be attractive. Ain't nobody fucking that little boy.
But anyway. This is my thing about that. With the little boy, I can't feel if the sexual element is there. He wants to be a girl, but who knows what they have discussed with him sexually. And to me,
Right.
that's the difference. We don't know his actual preference. We just know that he wants to be a girl.
Listen,
So
listen, you won't be a boy, man,
You know-
whatever, until you get that shit cut off. Until you get that shit split or whatever it is.
And you're not gonna do that in my house.
Boy, act accordingly.
And which again brings me to,
Coming.
I told you on our show we talk about it how as it relates to relationship. So we've discussed the gossip nature of it, the celebrity part of it. The part I want to bring to us for our show is Real Talk for Real Men is as parents. So some of you as parents, how much do you allow your children to make decisions for what's right and wrong for them? Where do you stand when in terms of in today's society, we're being taught that kids are their own identity. You don't stunt their growth by telling them no. Bert and Hannah, y'all have children. Darcel just got off, she has children. Candace, you have children. Where do you guys stand as parents when it comes to discipline and you setting the rules and example? Where do you stand?
My child. So I have two. Well, we have four total. I have two. Bert has two sons, older sons. And my thing is, my son, he is heterosexual, but as a teenager, he was getting unwanted attention from an adult woman.
Okay.
Who was she was white. Doesn't matter if she was white or black, but she was sending him like he's 14. He's taller than me. He looks a little older, but he's still a 14-year-old boy.
Okay.
And she was sending him nudes and nakedness and everything. And I had to tell him, understandable, I don't care if it is from the opposite sex. It is not allowed here. And as your mother, I'm going to shield you from the unnecessary attention. And some people feel as though, oh, he's a boy and he can do, not in this house. I don't care if you came in here tomorrow and said, I got rent money. I don't give two craps. We the parents up in this motherfucker, excuse my language. And you're not doing a damn thing in here that's not a, you don't pay no mortgage in here. You don't pay no electric, you don't pay anything. And even if you did, you're still a child. I don't care if you came here, you worked and gave me a full paycheck. You're still a child under this roof. When you move out and you paying your own bills and you getting your own notices and your own electric and everything, your own car note, insurance, you can do whatever you want. But while you're in this house, you're going to abide by these rules. And I will accept certain things because I don't beat my kids. I don't believe in it because I was beat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack. And my mom's a social worker. So, a lot of my beatings wasn't even my beatings. It was because I didn't snitch on my brother. I just took it. So I don't beat my kids. However, I believe in discipline and I believe in certain things you should do. And I feel like as your parent, we've been through things as kids and we know it made us the person who we are today. So I feel like letting your child be whatever they want to be in this world at a child's age, you don't know any better. I feel like at 18, I mean, my parents, they really didn't do much growing up, but when I turned 18, I had money saved in the bank. And because I trained myself at 16 to be able to save, I was able to save and keep it. But my sister who turned 18, she blew everything. And at 18, they say you're adult. But at 18, the same money she had, she blew it. So I feel like as parents, we have to not care about their age or their decisions. We have to realize that we have to be their parent and we're their parent for a reason. So it's not flying up in this house. As far as me, I'll let Bert speak because I said a lot, but it's not flying over here.
Okay. Before you say something, Bert, Jenny says morality, ethically, and what's acceptable among others and those within the Black community. I definitely raised my children with the do as I say, not as I do ruling. So that's how she runs her house. So she's raising them, do as I say, don't do as I do. Anybody want to comment or on that, or what your thoughts is on parenting and letting the child make decisions?
I just want to say that as a child,
Hold on, Kennard. Go ahead, D.
I just want to say, as a
Yeah, go
child,
ahead.
their
Go
brain
ahead.
is not developed enough to make those kind of adult decisions. And so, if they're not mature enough to vote, they're not mature enough to drink, they're not mature enough to sign a consent for surgery. Why would it be okay for them to decide their gender? They're not mature enough as a parent. Instead of just going along with it because it's a popular thing to do, maybe you should try to guide them and see why. Because, and this is not a popular view at all, but there is this child psychologist, and I can't think of her name right now, but she thinks that, and this is her opinion, even though she says that this gender reassignment and transgender is actually a undiagnosed mental disorder. And that, and her theory behind it, I'll explain, is that when you have a healthy body part, just say a penis, that you want to cut off, that's the equivalent to going to the doctor and say, well, I want to be a paraplegic. Please cut my spine. No doctor in this world would do that. But when it comes to gender reassignment, they're all for doing that. And they're like, what? She's like, why is that? And she's like, we need to delve more into why these children feel like this instead of just going along with it. Because just like we're cutting away cancer, we're not solving the issue, we're just fixing the symptoms. So we need to go more into why they actually feel like this. So I don't think as a child you should be making adult decisions about gender, about anything like that. I mean, because you don't know. And frankly, you cannot decide your gender. It's predetermined. As much as we try, you can't change that. You just cannot.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Come on, Kennard. Come on, Kennard.
What's going on, y'all? Okay, so Dwayne Wade, obviously one of the. I'm actually a stats guy. I do a lot of sports talk with my college with Auburn. I do a lot of sports talk with that. And Dwayne Wade, obviously one of the best basketball players in history. Out of Chicago, went to Marquette in Wisconsin. Wound up being one of the best basketball players out of there. Was a first round pick. And what I'm saying, I'm going to this point to where Dwayne Wade put himself in a position to where he privied himself to a different level of socialism. He will, as a professional athlete, that he wasn't privy to as a regular guy. He's from Illinois, for Christ's sake. And now that he has this persona as one of the best basketball players in history, there's a lot of shit that started to slide. There's a lot of, I even think about Martin Luther King said he had this speech called A Knock at Midnight. And he talked about how at midnight, things are a blurry shade of gray. To where now that he has got, I think Dwayne Wade, now that he has gotten to this point of his career and at this point of socialism, that things are a shade of gray. That you can get away with a lot of shit, and I think a lot of things start to slide with celebrities. When we look at T.I., when we look at different to where things start to be okay. Things that shouldn't be okay are okay. And now you start to blur the lines of your children's sexuality. You start to be like, oh, okay, well, this is all right because I have the money now. I have this level of socialism to where this is kind of sort of all right. And
Brilliant
I don't
point.
even have to be held accountable for it.
Brilliant point.
Because of where I am socially. And even though maybe before all of this happened, I didn't have to live to this certain level of accountability. Now, because of the money that I have, now that I have the status that I have, fuck it. If I do have a child that's, blurring the lines of gender roles and deciding that they want to be a woman, just think about Magic Johnson. Same thing. Magic Johnson is in that same boat.
Brilliant point.
And it gets to the point where because these people are socially, because their children, quote unquote, has been exposed to this stuff and have decided that, hey, this is the kind of lifestyle that I want to lead, some kind of way, some kind of round kind of way, we allow this stuff to happen from a social standpoint. Same way with T.I. Probably about 10 years ago, T.I. probably wouldn't have even thought about this whole entanglement and all this other bullshit going on. Now he has the money. Now he has the influence.
Brilliant point.
To where they can invite these folks in. And at the time they were inviting the folks in when they were hot and on the spot, it was all good. But now that like you said, the Me Too movement has hit big and all this other stuff. And now we about to expose these people for what we kind of sort of accepted at that time, the drugs, the weed and all this other stuff, and inviting them to these entanglement type situations. Now that it's popular to say that it's not acceptable, now we trying to get our coins off of T.I. and Tiny. Were they wrong?
Very good
Hell
point.
yeah, they were wrong.
Very good
Hell
point.
yeah, they were wrong.
And I want to go back. I want to go back to something Daracel talked about, which because I don't want to highlight that fact. You know, as parents, you should be making those decisions, but we see too much in this society where how can you have a 13, 14-year-old daughter, for example, and she's on doing TikTok videos and grown woman's clothes, halter top, little belly out, she got a belly ring. Who got that for her? She couldn't go get it herself. You know what I'm saying? So at what point did you as a parent say it was okay, then I'm going to let you get a belly ring at 12 and 13. And I'm going to buy you some clothes that really should go on a grown woman, and then turn around and wonder why she's sexually active at such an early age when you set all of this in motion. And the same way with this situation here. And that's why I use that example that Hunter, the dyeing of the hair and this and that. So it's one thing to encourage expression. That's one thing. But there also has to be limits, and there has to be a parental levels of what you can and can't do. We all black on this this panel. Tasha a little bit white, but we ain't gonna hold that against her.
Don't talk about my white side like that. Talk about
Hey,
my other half.
a lot of us got some white in us. That's gonna keep it funky.
Okay.
Let's keep it funky.
Okay.
We got white in us too.
She know I'm joking. She know I'm joking. But she know I'm joking. But I'm saying we all grew up in those households where there were hard and fast rules. We heard no. We grew up in households where no meant something. No, you can't go outside. No, you can't stay out past this hour. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. But to Kennard's point, when you elevate to a certain level now where no doesn't mean anything, it changes the rules. It changes the game. I've often said Oprah Winfrey stopped being black 20 years ago. She can't relate to us. And so Dwayne Wade and his wife, they can't relate to anymore because he grew up his mother is a preacher, for God's sake. But now at the level he's at, growing with he got 3 or 4 mansions, not houses, mansions. And so to Kennard's point, you know, the rules change at that point, which is one of the reasons I always talk about famous people and cheating. You're basically as faithful as your options, you know. That for me, my options have dried up. But the moment I hit this lottery, those options gonna go through the roof again. So you basically
you are gonna become the face of the Me Too movement. So.
You got that right.
The difference between me and anybody else, you're not gonna have to find my dirt, because y'all know me. I'll stand in front of the camera. I knocked her off and her off too. Yeah, she has some pretty good head on. I give her a 3. I'm gonna tell it like it is. You ain't gonna have to run me down.
Nobody write to the narrative. That's right.
You ain't gonna have to run me down. So, but to the point, to the bigger point, it changes the game with these people, and then they open themselves up too much. And that's the reason why I wanted to say though, that I'm sick of them, and I could spend another 20 minutes on John Legend and his ugly wife too. So we're gonna leave them. We're gonna leave them alone. Okay. Before I go on to the next,
John Legend, he does not like, I don't know why.
I do not. The same way y'all. Somebody said Gabrielle Union rubs y'all the wrong way. John Legend just rubs me the wrong way.
What's
He
wrong
just
with John
does.
Legend?
He's just a little too prissy for me and a little too particular for me.
Like, Diddy is straight prissy.
No. I'm not talking about his sexuality.
Prissy, not pussy. Okay.
He's a little too particular in his way, and he rubs me the. There are people that just rub you the wrong way, like y'all said about Gabrielle Union, whatever it is. And John Legend if I was in the same room with him, I wouldn't even go over to meet him. He's just one of those people that I just don't care for.
Yeah.
You know.
Doesn't do anything to anyone.
He just rubs me. He rubs me the wrong way, and he definitely talks too much and put his business. Him and his wife always putting their business out there. And again, the moment she had a miscarriage, now you want privacy and this and that. You know, they just rub me the wrong way. They're not. They don't seem to be bad people. I don't know any of these people, but they just rub me the wrong way. So I put them in the same category. So, Tasha, I don't want to monopolize the whole show on my. Hot topics things. Did you have one that you wanted to bring on? Anybody? Look, I'm opening up the floor. Anybody got a hot topic or something you want to bring out to the table?
I have
one. Oh, you can go, Hannah. Go ahead.
I just want to piggyback on last night because I couldn't on Candace the Candy Shop.
Okay.
I was on the road and I couldn't join in.
Okay. So what's the topic? Is it what I think it is?
Yeah. It is
the oral. Oh God!
What topic?
I couldn't really.
The question was asked last night.
Comment.
The way it was posted on Candace's show was, is fellatio a deal breaker?
Oh, we're going back to that again. Oh,
but they're right.
Y'all go on here.
Hannah wants to go back to this, so.
Okay, I only want to go back to it because I was coming from Philadelphia back down here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I couldn't join, and Bert was on by himself, and Candace was on, and y'all was on. I was like, "Damn it! I'm so black in this car."
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, so let me say this before we get into that. I had this conversation with my co-host today, and I actually reached out. Kennard, I hope your boy and I hopefully really do hit it off and connect. I am trying to put together in 2 weeks an all-male panel. An all-male panel where we're going to talk about things from a man's perspective. And women, hold on. And then I want you women, please show up, but y'all will not be on camera.
Don't worry, we definitely showing up.
Y'all will not be on camera. I want y'all to ask any and everything. No subject is off the table. Nothing is taboo.
What?
If there was ever a time you want to ask it, Kendrick, I'm my brother Kendrick, I need you. I want you there. Kennard, I want you there. I want an all-male panel, and I want women to be able to ask all of those questions.
When is this panel? When is it?
I want to do this in 2 weeks. I'm giving you guys plenty of notice.
Okay.
So guess why I'm planning in 2 weeks? Think about it. Why I'm doing this in 2 weeks?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day.
Oh, well, I know I'll be there because I ain't got nothing to do.
I damn sure don't have everything. Don't see Kim, me and you the same boat, Kim. So, but this is going to be my Valentine's Day special show.
Oh, okay.
I want an all-male panel, and I want ladies. No subject is off the table.
Y'all better step up y'all game. That's all I know.
Oh, I'm already, I'm gonna be in the comments.
I tell you what. The two faces. I tell you what. The three faces I got up here right now. I will tell you this, and I'm saying this on my show. I have 100% confidence. Bert don't pull no punches. Kendrick is as real as can be. And Kennard is the motherfucking intellectual conscious of us all on this bitch. We not holding back. So I have no problem with us going there. Now, me add some other dudes in there, the shit could get a little shaky, but These cats right here.
All I can
Wanna have-
tell
We
you,
gonna hold it down. We gonna be straight.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the camera.
Light work.
all I can
light
tell you,
work.
boy,
You can't be on camera. You can't be
you
on
ladies-
camera, Hunter.
I'm leaving the camera now. He can have the show.
yeah,
No. Because we
Yeah.
ain't gonna. We no.
like I said for ladies, like they said on
Any
like they
questions?
said on Players Club, you better wear your bulletproof vest all day.
It's gonna get real.
All
It's gonna
day.
get
We
real.
coming with
It's
it.
gonna get
And
real.
and
I sure does.
we have,
Right.
It's
I
gonna get.
actually
It's gonna
have
get
a
real.
couple of guys that I you know, when I was telling you about Eric,
Right.
he's kind of a more laid back kind of guy, but I got a guy that I hope comes on. One of friends from high school, his name is Bernard. This dude don't give a damn. I'm trying to get him. I'm gonna see if he'll get on here
I just
because
want
he
everybody
might
to be
piss one of
real.
y'all, one of the ladies off, because he's
No. Long as it's
yeah,
real.
and he's real on a
Long as it's
whole
real.
my
My ladies, Candace and Tasha and Dee been with me for a long time. Y'all know
Right.
I've had men on here
yeah.
that ain't real. That don't be real.
Right.
That don't
Right.
be real. So long as you real, look,
Mhm.
we can agree to disagree, and that's okay, long as it's real. But I have had men on at times. I ain't calling no names, but when I get on, then they do
Right.
the okey doke. And
Oh,
I
they
have not
can do.
seen that out of nobody on this panel. You
Yeah.
guys always answer the question real, and that's what I respect, truly respect. But okay, I don't want to get too off because I want to get in another topic. But I didn't want to think that you forgot about what you asked, Hunter. So I'm gonna go around really quickly. And did you want to hear just from the men whether we think this is a deal breaker?
I think I would like to hear from both parties.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna go around. D and Tasha, y'all wasn't on last night, so
I peeked
Tasha.
in for a minute.
I'm
when
sorry,
she was
what?
talking. I said I peeked in for a minute. I think that was last night when it was
Beautiful,
talking about
beautiful,
colorism.
beautiful.
But,
So for you, Daracel, start with you then. Is fellatio a deal breaker in marriage?
giving or receiving?
Both.
Whatever you say.
No, for me it's not. I mean, there's a lot of other things that you can do, so that's not a deal breaker for me. I mean, I feel like it's a deal breaker for people that maybe not been in the game that much or don't have that much experience, but there's so many other things you can do. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me.
For you, it doesn't matter, and that's giving and receiving.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Tasha,
Yeah.
let's hear your take. What's your so again? They don't have to just be marriage in a relationship. Is fellatio a deal breaker?
For
Fuck the
me,
word fellatio. Is sucking dick a deal breaker? I hate that word.
No,
Thank you,
no, I
bro.
better be sucking some dick. I'm gonna be sucking some
Oh,
dick,
God.
getting some
What am I
balls. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna have a finger in his ass too. So if we just gonna get real with it, yes.
Okay.
So, but as far as me receiving it, I could take it or leave it. That don't do anything for me.
Right.
Me servicing you turns me on, and that's all I need. So,
All right. Now, Kennard, you wasn't on last night. Is sucking dick a deal breaker for you?
Look at
Well,
this.
I'm
Uh-oh.
not sucking dick, but no,
That was that real deer in the headlights.
But no, let me now.
I love it, and I love his answer.
Now-
and
no.
I love the way he said, "Well, I'm not
Serious.
sucking."
That's right.
Oh my God!
That was hilarious. That was
Now
hilarious.
here's the deal. There was a relationship. There was a relationship that I was in a little while back. It's been about 12, 13 years ago, probably. And
Long time ago.
I'll say this.
Long time ago.
yeah, long time ago. And I also and I'll say this. You know, me and the girl were good. I was used to during that time, I used to sabotage rips on some bullshit. But I will say for this one, if she would have. She was one of those that didn't want to suck dick. And my thing is, she could have bought herself like 6 more months.
Wow.
She would have just did that, you know.
6 more months.
And
6 more months.
Hunter?
but I'll say this. It is definitely necessary and borderline, you know, a deal breaker to a certain degree, because like I said, she could have stuck around about 6 more months if she would have just did that. You know, and
it's that real. It's that real.
And that's absolutely, and that's that's terrible, but it is what it is. And there's some women who, you know, want that. Now I do agree that I have found out that women receiving it is not as profound as I thought.
Mhm.
But for men, man, I mean, it's a must-have. You know, it's definitely a must-have.
Candace, share with us what you said last night.
So last night, I think it is a deal breaker. Like I said, it's a deal breaker for men. He's talking about he's found out for women it isn't a deal breaker, and he's correct. It's not something that I actually like to receive, because not every man can do it right. So
Exactly.
D has told me that on many occasions.
So,
Every man can't what?
D has told me that on many occasions.
Every
You
man
know.
not doing right. Say it again, Candace.
yes, every man cannot do it right, but in giving it is something that turns me on. And even if I'm tired, you know, there's sex toys. I can buy a pocket pussy and
Okay.
Go for it.
Wow.
Oh Lord.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, Kendrick, come on in here, Kendrick.
Well, let me take a drink after that.
Well, damn. Take a
Well,
whole
damn.
sip.
Well, I'm gonna say what I said last night. Like the late great Bernie Mac said, I got to have some special attention. Gotta have some special attention, especially when you're looking at me too. When you look at me right in my eyes, oh, it's on and popping then. So, is it a deal breaker? It's negotiable, but man, we got to talk about that though for sure.
That's what's up.
So what if she's just looking at you, just eyes, just and not blinking or nothing?
I don't care.
Bother me.
I don't
That
care.
bother me.
Don't
That don't
bother
bother
me.
me.
Yeah, I don't care. She ain't got to blink. As long
Yeah,
as she
that
looking.
doesn't bother me.
We
You
good.
know.
Cause I blink 4 actually, so she know. Yeah, you doing it. Yeah, you doing it right. Yeah.
No, if she's doing it. If she's doing it right, her eyes has got to close at some point. Shit. If she's really doing it right,
like I said,
it gotta
Tosh,
close at
I
some
don't
point.
care if they close or not. I'm happy. I'm getting some special attention, so it's all good over here.
Can I ask this question? I want to know, men. Sorry, Hannah. Now, I have a friend. I need to have her on here. Her name is Kate. Well, I'm not going to say her name. She dates a lot of athletes. And we went to Miami once. We took a trip to Miami, went to his apartment. It was a penthouse nice. Now, he told this story of fucking the face. And I was like, oh, you're getting hit. He was like, no, I was fucking the face. So is there a difference? Like,
yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit can hurt. And I've almost had my nose broken from that. So yeah, that should.
Yeah.
This thing gets like wild with that. It's so uncomfortable.
Now, me personally, I don't care for that. I'm a lazy receiver. I like to be sitting in my comfortable chair with a towel under me because I like it sloppy wet, and I have the drink in my hand, porn playing, and I like to stroke the woman's face and her hair. So I don't mind if they looking at me. So I turn myself on. But as far as just fucking somebody's face, I'm lazy when it comes to stuff like that. That's just too much work.
This guy was
I've
an
done that
athlete.
once.
He was an athlete and he played.
Something like that. Fuck that.
I've done it, but to me, I don't get anything out of it. You
And
know.
then he also preferred his ass licked. So
His ass lick.
Oh.
I kind of like that too. Now I kind of like that.
I encourage all women to do it.
Now,
you
rather
know.
than fucking somebody's face,
I'm
rather than
good
fucking
on
somebody's
that.
face, I like the teabagging kind of thing. I could do with the teabagging thing if she lay on the bed with her head hanging off the bed, and then and I'm just kind of dipping it in like a chocolate stick. I kind of like that kind of thing.
Can I say something?
I like it freaky. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll reiterate the little snippet I had. When you said teabag, I agree. I feel like some women don't realize that the balls is included when you're giving head, and it's definitely included. Humming, licking, sucking, all that is included. Far as a deal breaker of oral, I don't think that is always necessary.
It's a motherfucker.
Okay, I'm talking, sir. I ain't talking, sir. We not talking about your dick. We talking about right now. No, we're not talking about that right now. We talking about me. Okay, it's not
Talk about dick.
That's my time. Anyway, as I was saying, I was really interrupted. I don't think, in my opinion, is a deal breaker. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not saying it because he's right here. Like before him, I didn't like oral sex at all. Like I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna go real deep, but now I love it.
I hear you, Bert. I hear you, Bert. You put that thing on him, boy.
It matters if you know what you're doing. It does matter.
Put that thing on him.
Like I don't want no parts of your time straight. Reverse. But so to me, it's not a deal breaker. And I told you, like, I am a PK. So I was raised before you're not supposed to give head. You're not supposed to do anything oral. You're not a lady or a woman if you're going down on a guy. Like sex was supposed to be missionary. And I believe missionary because who's having missionary sex? Come on. And staying happy.
Depends on who's on top. Shit. For me, depends on who's on top.
It cannot be no damn missionary. We ain't having no missionary.
Y'all young, so y'all can get away with all that kind of shit. You know. Well, he's in good shape. Look, I'll rephrase that. Then he's in physical good shape. But you know what? Even when I was thin, I like missionary. There's missionary for me.
Missionary and making love, and a lot of people
and that depends for me if the hygiene is right. That's where hygiene for me comes into play. Now, if your hygiene is at point, then yeah, you know, I want to get to, because then it turns into more than just screwing, because now I can get passionate with it. But if your breath is bad, the back of your ears stinking shit, your neck is all stinking and shit, then you know you're gonna have to turn around. You know.
Should you know that? Should you know that before you get in the bed though?
Not always. Not all. Because it always starts with oral sex, and then for me, I do the scratch and sniff test. You know.
It has to start with oral.
It always starts with oral with me. I can't have sex unless I get done. I have to have it. You know, that just, to me, you're going to get my best work because I'm going to be freakier. And the better you are at it, the freakier level I'm going to take it to. So if you got, you know, candy in your mouth, peppermints, you know, I mean, you know, this little thing, you know, oh man, then it's the nastier you make it, then you're going to get the better game from me. But if it's some old lazy head, you're probably going to get turned around. Doggy style. I don't give a shit if you get yours or not. I'm just gonna get mine, and then I'm gonna usher you up out of here.
So when you say it has to start with oral, is that giving or receiving or just receiving?
I have to receive first for you to get the best from me. And again,
first time.
For me, it takes a long time for me to come. So that's why it starts there. So Kendrick, to your point, sometimes I don't know if their ears and neck is stinking until now. If I'm getting real good head, I'm like, okay, well, if I smell that pussy in it and it halfway smells good, come on, let's do this, baby. Now I'm spreading the blanket out on the floor. You know, let's do something. And now if I'm going in, well, most of them gonna be on the floor. Most of my women don't make it to the bedroom.
No air mattress or nothing, just on straight floor. Okay.
Most of them gonna be on the floor. I do all my work right here in the living room. You know.
Man, you hilarious.
No, I'm being deadly serious. I don't like fucking up my sheets, and I don't do the cutting, and I like to sleep alone. Let's say they do make it to the bedroom. So now, if I'm feeling them, because let's say it's freaky. Now, if you lean in, and her neck is all musty and shit, and the back of her ears are stink. then like, okay, like, so now at that point, like, damn, I can't do this.
Ready. Who are
You
you
know?
dealing with that does not bathe? I'm just
Hold up, hold up, because y'all want some real shit. Y'all want some real shit, right?
I'll give you some real shit real quick.
Hold on.
Bert,
I gotta go get another
Somebody get my
drink.
back. Come
Yeah,
on,
hold
Bert. Come on, Bert.
Hold
Come
on,
on,
I
Bert.
gotta go get me
Oh, I
another
got
drink.
it.
Hold
Oh, I
on.
got it.
I'll be back.
Okay, Bert.
I went
Bert,
down
come
on
on.
something,
Come on, Bert.
and when I got there, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Candace,
that fishy shit is ridiculous.
listen, Candace.
This is a younger him.
Candace,
Reiterate.
let me tell you something that's infuriating to me. If you text me WYD and we go through the whole exchange and it's going down, now in my mind, once we know what is about to happen, she said, I'm on my way. I don't care if I've taken a bath already. I jump up, I call it Superman mode. I jump up and go into Superman mode. Even if I just took a bath an hour ago, in my mind, I'm thinking she's gonna be giving me head. I want to smell as fresh as I can. I jump in the shower real quick. My apartment is always clean. I'm never a messy person. So I jump in the shower. Now you would think I'm a woman because now I got my oils. I rub my oils in between my leg, around my balls, and all this kind of stuff. Because my thing is, when she go down there, I wanted to be able to it be a pleasant experience. So nothing is more infuriating because I'm thinking you should be doing the same thing. But I can tell you, I can tell you with 100%. Nope. Nope.
I work with professional women who I walk past at work and smell like mules.
D, no. Hold on. D, a step further. D, tell me you had a conversation with your coworkers. How often did they tell you they take a shower?
Okay, so these are grown women that have children and are married. They told me that they do not shower every day. I work in healthcare, and some of the stuff we do is downright nasty. They told me after work they do not shower. They say at best they probably shower 2, maybe 3 times a week.
Candace,
even when they work. Even
Candace,
when
that's
they
real.
even they like grown women don't shower.
Y'all think I'm joking when I talk about hygiene. I'm really not.
I was like, what?
Yes, these are black women.
If you not showering, does that mean you don't change your panties? Does that mean
Candace? There's somebody you and I both know that she doesn't work there anymore. I'm not gonna say her name.
Say her name.
Nice looking girl too. Nice looking girl too. Young girl too.
Say her name.
No, I'm not gonna say her name.
Call that devil out.
Radio station. Did she work at the radio station?
I'm not gonna say her name. I'm just gonna say this. You know her. We were talking about this one day, and she said, "I think people bathe too much." And I said, "What? What do you mean?" She said, "When you take a bath too often, you wash away all your natural emollients and this and that." And in that moment, I knew. I said, "That pussy's just as taut as it want to be." And I don't want no part.
You said that to me as well. That's the one. Did she work at a radio station? I just want to know that.
No, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that.
I know who it is.
I'm not going to say that.
Very young. She's very young.
But
So you don't wash your vagina?
Y'all got too much going on down there.
It ain't just right. Honey, it's not just the vagina. I wasn't kidding. Y'all think I'm making this up.
Nasty.
I'm not kidding you that in the throes of getting down and everything, and you go to reach in because you want to kiss somebody's neck and their neck is all musty and hot and shit, you start thinking, damn, you knew you was coming over here.
Right.
Like, why didn't you wash the back of your motherfucker? The back of your ears smell like an ass.
That shit up.
All right, not shit.
Because
it is real, y'all. It is real. It is real.
I watch.
And that's what I'm saying. It's real. So this is not.
I'm shocked to hear this because I say in college, I lost my virginity in college with the guy that I was dealing with. Like, it was nothing for me. If I find out he's coming, I'm going to Victoria's Secret to give me a matching bra and panties. Then I'm going and trimming and getting all that done and showering and
That's why I tell you, husbands, stay where you at, because what's out here, it's a whole different game out here. It's a whole different game. Go ahead, sweetheart.
I feel like when I know we on hygiene, we going hard because I'm very big on smells. He knows this. Like I'm big on showering the day, bath at night, and then a shower. I'm weird like that. Don't judge me. And I feel like when you just not even for the man, even when you first of all when you having sex, you definitely want to make sure you fresh and clean. I feel like just self-care. You want to make sure you're clean. Like you have to wash your ass.
You know what I did today, ladies? You know what I did today, ladies? And my Dee and Tasha, they know my hygiene level. Dee, when you came to visit my apartment, you went in my bathroom, you saw what's above my toilet. I went to City Trends today. Because every few months I go to City Trends and I bought up $50 worth of cologne, the cheap cologne, $2.99, the thing. And above my toilet, there's 20 or 30 bottles of cologne. My routine, and I ain't had sex in over a year. Because to your point, hon, I'm not doing it for anybody, it's for me. Every single night when I take a shower, I get a kick out of choosing a different cologne to spray on my body. As a diabetic, I have to lotion between my toes and hands. You have to check your toes and all this kind of stuff. I have a beauty routine as a fat 53-year-old man because when I lay down at night under the covers, and also I buy women perfume. I spray on my pillows and under my covers. So when I pull the covers up, I sleep better when I smell a feminine scent. And then I can smell my arms, and those are my cheap colognes. I have probably 100 oils. Tasha can tell you that I like to smell good. And as a big man, I have 2 bath cloths at my shower. One is for my face. Because you don't wash your ass with the same rag you wash your face with.
Right. And
I have a big oversized rag.
Speak. You speaking.
And I have to take my leg and pick my leg up and seesaw between the crack of my ass.
You speaking, son.
I want the crack of my ass clean.
Can I ask this to the men? And this is not me, but my husband, for some reason, I guess in his earlier days, he liked women to have a little funk to them, a sensual smell. He said, I think it's gross. I told him he's nasty, but he wanted me to ask that.
A lot of people like that. No.
What he like? What now? Say what?
Go, like funky body smell.
A lot of people.
No.
I would be a millionaire.
Just a regular smell or during sex?
Yeah, like that natural odor. A lot of men, you know. Candace, I would be a millionaire if I could get a dollar for every woman that says, I'm on my way over there, don't bathe, don't shower, I want you musty. This new generation, they want your ass and balls as rank as it can be, and I can't do it. And that is a real thing, y'all. That is a real thing. I've had women not. Okay, this is gonna fuck y'all up. I've had women stop fucking with me because I was too clean.
Look, thing about Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club. She has a.
I'm speechless.
But anyway, she had a lady on there where she said that she liked that little twang that a man would have, and that would turn her on and want to make sure she gave him good fellatio because she could just smell that like. It was like a turn on.
I kid y'all not. I kid. I've had women say, "Well, when you took your shower?" And I said, "Well, took a shower last night." Don't shower. I said, "No, sweet, I can't do that." You know, I've been sitting around.
Who the hell are these women?
Oh, these are grown ass women.
That's trifling.
These are grown ass women.
Man, that's some nasty ass shit, man.
Well, okay, so I have a question. I have a question. So the people on here, I have a question. So you mean to tell me every time you all have sex, you have a shower before, right? So you've never done the after the club, catch you in the back. When was the last time y'all fucked in the car? I gotta ask. When was the last time y'all fucked in the car?
Yeah, okay, we've done that. We've done that before. That's an anomaly.
Can I say this?
Can't be the norm. Go ahead.
Because you bathe regularly.
Thank you.
Keep yourself clean. You can have quick sex after the movie sex, in between the car sex, and
But
don't
you
have a
already know what
smell.
it's gonna be like.
I
Don't
agree
let
with
you
you.
watch
No, I
the
agree with you.
moment.
I agree with
Do
you.
not stink.
But
Don't
your
let you watch
hygiene up
daily.
to that point has to be, because you can't be
Has to
going
be
2 baths in a week and then still do it. And there's women out there now that D is telling you, she works in the medical field. They don't bathe on a regular basis. They
It's
feel
bad.
like
They
it's a waste
smell
of
like
time.
grown
You
construction workers.
smell them?
I was,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and I'd be like, what is this
That's
smell?
crazy. And they
Y'all,
don't.
And there's no rules at your job against that. I know at my job
My
you have
company
to.
is
No,
a
there's
hygiene.
not. But
That's
as a
crazy.
married woman, like whenever I shower before and after, and we always change the sheets after.
that's the
And
other
so,
part. Okay,
yeah,
let's say if you have somebody and you have decent sex, and now you're laying in, the first thing I do, because
yeah,
all I can think of is let me get up and go get a shower. So
right,
let's say the woman makes
Yep.
it back to my bedroom. So now
right.
at that point, I'm trusting her enough that she ain't gonna rob me or some shit like that, even though I have all my shit hidden anyway, because all my watches and stuff is in a hidden compartment. My wallet and all that. The lights are dim. She can't see anything anyway. But
Oh
okay,
my
let's say I'm
God.
trusting her. I go to the shower. I come back. Now I've left the towel in the shower. I get into bed. I'm drying off. I'm thinking this nasty, musty, filthy, no good bitch gonna go take a shower. She wanna lay there. So y'all wonder why I put some out at 3 o'clock. Oh no, you're not gonna lay in my bed on no funky, mucked up sheets and think we gonna roll over. So like I said, at that point, you got to go, because I got to sleep by myself and clean sheets. Hell no.
And they
That's
clean
why I put some up out of here. 3 o'clock is the limit. You got to go.
Hey, Nate, what if you put them to sleep though? What if you put them to sleep? Sometimes you might, you know what I'm saying? You might really put that thing
No.
on.
No,
gosh.
you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that chance.
Okay.
I'll get the ones who try all of that. I've had to lie bird and tell them, so what you do is you use somebody like Tasha to give you a text message or a call, and this is how that goes. Hello? Oh, hell no. Tasha's laughing in the background. Damn. Oh, my sister, she was in an accident. I'm gonna have to go. You get your
Oh,
monkey
damn.
ass up out
With
here.
some of these women, can I ask you this, Lee? With some of these women, have they asked to take a shower? Because I would be like, hey,
Yes,
can I
yes.
use your restroom?
Yes, yes, you do have some. So the ones that are really clean, they make it into the rotation more often, and those sometimes have turned into girlfriends. My girlfriends were clean. The best sex I've ever had, a girl I was in love with, she didn't drink, she didn't smoke, she ate healthy. Her sweat tasted clean.
Mm.
Her sweat tasted clean. You know, she was so clean it would turn me on unbelievably because she was so clean. We were opposites in all the other ways, but she was so clean. You know what I'm saying? And I've lived with Tasha. I've lived in Tasha's apartment. Y'all have heard the story. Tasha won't let her boyfriend take a bath.
Oh yeah.
Tasha is very particular. You know, she has 2 dogs, and if you walked in her apartment, you wouldn't know she has animals. Apartment's immaculate. Bathroom's immaculate. So when you take a shower in there, you're washing out the tub because you don't want her to come behind you to see no hairs and no shit. So that's how she get down.
You
You know
scared
what I'm saying?
Tommy gonna get you.
You know what I'm saying? Daricel and we've been immaculate. My people that I love are clean. But I've had some pussies that blow a house out all the way to some clean. Oh yeah, I've had some really
He ain't lying. I've
not
the
just
house.
musty. I've had funky pussy. Musty and funky is 2 different things. I've actually had funky pussy, but at the time it was something to
And you
do.
hit
So I
it.
went on with it. Yeah, so
You hit it anyway. You hit it anyway,
well,
bro.
I
It was fucking.
had chlamydia 4 times in a row, so that ought to tell you something.
So is it true pussy don't have no face?
For me, yeah, it does for me. Yeah.
It got a face.
Yeah.
But I was in my mode back then.
I know what Hona is saying. Like, it don't matter as long as you get wet. I got a couple of buddies, they didn't care, man. As long as he got wet, she had that wop, he was going in.
That was me. It didn't even have to get wet. Kendrick didn't even have to get wet.
Oh wow.
I had some flat out monsters. I'm flat out monsters that I had to sneak in, you know, like
Nah,
I had
bro.
to
If
sneak 'em
if
in.
I'm smelling you before we even, you get your drawers down.
I've done a few of them, not a lot, but I've done a few of them.
They out there.
I've done a few
I
of them,
know.
not a lot of them.
Believe me, I ran into a few.
This is a story that Freddie and I heard. I don't know if you remember this a long time, but the guy was telling the story that the girl pulled down her panties and she had like this streak in her panties, and he still hit. Would you guys like?
Oh hell no!
I've seen that happen. One of my good friends. We was in the hotel, and one of my good female friends, the guy screwed her on her. He not only did he screw on her cycle, he ate her out when she was full on her. The room smelled so bad, and she kept telling my mom, like when she pulled her pants, it was bloody, and he ate it, and he screwed her. You know,
he did a ketchup sandwich. Get out of here.
Yeah. Now this also happens to be the person that shitted on me too. So anyway,
I was gonna say, what about the shark stain? If a girl pulls down her panties and she has that, are you guys still gonna do it?
Hell no.
I have.
Nope.
I have.
But depending on what's going on, you better wash your ass.
Nope.
I won't say that.
Okay, D. No, hold on, D. Hold on, D. If she caught me in the right, now those are ones I might say, well, baby, hit that shower, get that pussy good and clean for me, you know. But if the body is right, then I'm like, damn, you know, okay, well, baby, go in there, hit that shower, get that pussy, you know, clean for me. You know,
minor oversight. That's all. I mean, if the conversation is good, you know, you looking good, right, and everything. I'll overlook that. Just wash your ass real quick.
You know. See, Hannah, you see what direction you took my show in?
I said one thing, and y'all went like you said, never have I ever. I said one thing only because I was unable to join yesterday due to traveling 8 hours.
You know what this conversation, it tells me we really do need to have this men panel. That it tells you, you ladies have a lot of questions that for real, I would like to see more than just us answer, because on a real tip, I think for women listening, it will really give you some insight into what's going on. A lot of y'all are married, so y'all not out here anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But your friends are, but you have single friends are.
I'm out still.
And I think if you
no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop. You're not.
So I'm gonna do my very best to make that happen, because y'all have a lot of even in the comments, nobody's commenting, they just killing themselves laughing at this conversation.
This conversation went left. You didn't even get to your last question.
I was gonna go to another. I was going to go to another thing. I was going to go to Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. I was going to talk about them. We don't have time to get into it. I think Tasha might have had a couple of people, so we'll have to do this again. Hot Topics is always really, really fun.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Great detour. You know,
there's a lot of meat to it, so it's cool.
Absolutely.
Please wash your balls. I don't care. Wash your balls.
I agree.
Please.
I agree. So we got about 8 minutes, guys. You know, hey, like I said, this was a very cool subject to have. We're gonna do it again. You know, so it's always current event things to talk about. I just like that how we were able to take some of these subjects though and apply them though in a real world way to how we deal with each other in relationships. So that's what I enjoyed about it for me. Again, I couldn't ask for a better panel. You guys make it lively. You make it fun. Damn, the 2 hours go by so quick.
Yes,
you know, so,
it does.
You know,
I'm looking forward to the panel in 2 weeks. You know, my thing is make sure you pump that up, Black. Make sure, ladies, y'all, whatever questions you got, write them down. Have your questions already ready.
Please.
Because I'm gonna give it to you straight with no chases. So whatever you ask me, I'm gonna give you the honest answer.
And what day is this?
Let me pull out my calendar. I'll tell you, it's gonna be the Valentine's
Day
show.
is on the Sunday, so the 13th is that Saturday.
That's going to be our Valentine's Day special. So
Okay.
all
So we
men,
gonna comment in the background.
all men, right? You can't come on camera, but you can ask whatever you want to, and we're going to take the questions. Nothing is taboo. So if you got lady friends that they want to know something, that's going to be the time to ask.
Uh-oh.
You have to
So
go on the camera looking ugly. Then.
Okay.
Look at you, Honor. Look at you. I know that's right. You
I'm
keep
joking.
keep your man in check. Bert
I'm
gonna
not. We represent this household. I'm joking.
Bert
That's
gonna
what's
be,
up.
he Bert gonna be good. He gonna be good. Bert gonna
let me,
handle
tell,
it.
All
let,
right,
me,
thank you,
and let me
brother.
tell y'all, to add a little bit more meat onto this, I'm also inviting 2 gay men to the panel.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a monkey wrench. You just threw a monkey wrench in that bag. I can tell you that.
Listen. Okay.
I hope to have everybody represented.
That's a good heads up.
I
Yeah.
really, that's why I want to give y'all the heads up. No subject is off the table. If you ask it, we gonna answer it. We gonna answer it.
Can you answer this? I don't want us to go into it. We
Okay.
talked about anal. I mean, not anal, oral. I would like
We
to
know where her mind's at, Bert.
No. I wanted to know if anal is a deal breaker.
Oh wow.
We're gonna save that. We're gonna save that.
Yeah,
We gonna
not
say
now,
that.
not now.
We'll
But I
answer
need
that.
to know.
We're gonna answer any question that's put out there. We're gonna answer every single question that's put out there.
Okay.
Somebody on the panel gonna have an answer. I promise you that. I promise you that. So that's gonna be the Valentine's
I'm
Day show.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Please tell. You know what?
Okay.
You know about it. Tell some friends, please. Tell them to get prepared. Bring their questions. Like I said, over the next couple of weeks, if you think of something real quick, write it down so you won't forget. Invite people to this show, please, because that's what it hit me today. And I was telling Tasha that I said, you know what Candace show showed me? Women have a lot of questions. That's what this came up just today, Candace. And I was like, well, damn, I would like to put all panel of men. So we're gonna do this. Let me
ask you this, Black.
Okay.
If you can have men from different age groups, someone in their 20s, someone in their 30s, their 40s, and our age 50s, because I think you get a better for women, you get a better look or whatever from
absolutely.
What about is it all gonna be the same race?
I wish I could tell you I knew any white guys to come on camera.
I'll get Steve to come on that weekend. I got you.
So her husband,
I think
that would be fantastic.
Would be very good as well.
Absolutely. I want I really do. I want everybody represented. And that's why I said, you know, there's no right or wrong. And that's why I say, I have a really good relationship with my gay friends or whatever. And I'm not singing them out just like that, but I'm saying their views are just as valid as ours. And so I want the ladies to be able to ask, if you ever had a question you want to ask them, I want that opportunity to be there, you know. So
Black, how many men are you gonna have on, you think?
Okay, so right now you got me, you, Kendrick, Bert, Kennard. I'm inviting 2 of my nephews, G. Paul, Terry. If Daracel's husband come on, that's 7. I can have 10 men on.
Okay.
So Kennard has a friend. So if you know somebody that's interested,
I can see if Herman and Joey can join, or one of them.
I would absolutely. How old are they? What's their age group, Candace?
They're my age, so we're 37.
Okay.
Yeah, they were dope. I liked them. They were dope last night. Yeah.
Herman was a little drunk though.
We all were.
I know a guy that's he's in his 20s. He's a boyfriend of my goddaughter. I'll invite him too.
Okay, please.
So I'll invite him too.
Please.
He's in his 20s. So yeah,
I was gonna say, Kennard's brothers are in their 20s, so one of them.
Please invite them. Because here's the thing: Ken can come on the camera. I can put them in the waiting room and have them still in and out. I would love to have every
Okay.
demographic represented, so that's how I want it to happen. That if you ask a question, I want to be able to say, hey, you're 20 something. For you, how do you answer that question? You know, so we all in different
Right.
places in our life, in our relationship status. I'm going to do my very best to make that happen. That's going to be our Valentine's Day show, guys, just so you know. So that's the
Can I say
close.
one thing before you leave?
Please. Mhm.
I just want to say you all look great, but Hannah, your boobs are on point tonight, girlfriend.
Oh,
I just want to say that. They look so good.
Wow.
You have
Wow.
to show her booty is usually on.
Wow.
I
Wow.
never show my boobs either.
Wow.
You know
They
what's
look
funny?
good
D?
from my
You
angle.
what's funny? D? I asked Bert 4 times. I was like, "It's okay if I wear this dress on camera?" He's like,
Yes,
"Yeah."
it's okay with me. Yeah,
Because I was going to change like twice.
no, it looks good. It looks good. I just want to say that.
I love y'all relationship.
I
Y'all
agree.
are
I do too.
the
I do
agree
face
too.
of a
wholeheartedly.
happy, cool couple. I love that. I love you
I do
guys.
too. Y'all
Love
have a
you guys.
y'all have a dope relationship.
You know
Really
what's
do.
crazy,
I dig
though?
it. I dig
The
it.
only reason why this relationship really worked, we both divorced, and I was in a marriage where I couldn't be myself,
Wow.
and
Wow.
he couldn't be himself.
Wow.
So when you can be yourself, like we can be in a store, Michael Jackson come on, we in different aisles, and we come in doing a Thriller, but
I love it.
but it's accepted. So I think
love
it
it.
only works when you can be yourself.
I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
that's the and we thought, and I was married for 10 years. He was married for 10 years or
Wow.
more. We married for, and it didn't work.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
One day,
Oh.
maybe one day, y'all give me hope. Y'all give me hope.
She out there, brother. She out there.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't gave up yet.
Yeah.
Y'all giving me a little bit of hope.
That's
So
right.
that's
Don't give
what's
up. Hold on. Hold
That's
on.
what's up. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. Looking forward to you guys on Wednesday. And if you got a topic you want to discuss, as you guys have noticed in the last few shows, I didn't pick the topics on Wednesdays. So they have come from somebody else. So if you have something, please post it on my page or let me know. I'm open to doing it. But I look forward to seeing everybody on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Love you guys to death. Another great episode of Real Talk for Real Men.